Don't for a second, not even a nanosecond, become complacent about this administration. The minute we stop protesting, the minute we stop boycotting, the minute that we stop standing up, speaking up, singing up, lawyering up for justice, we will be caught unawares by the threats to our freedoms that Trump and his cronies pose. And when that happens, we're cooked. Finally, John Lewis, the Georgia congressman who is an icon of the civil rights movement, described his civil rights work as making necessary trouble. For the next 4 years, in the name of unity, compassion, and constitutionality, let us all be about the business of making some necessary trouble.
Hi, thank you everybody for being here and supporting this event. I want to start just a little bit about me and how I ended up being a DACA recipient and how I'm a dreamer. 26 years ago, my parents decided to come to this country based on an idea, a dream of coming to the US, working, getting enough to go back home and never coming back. That was their initial plan. What they didn't realize is that they were not coming to this country on their own. They had me and my sister, who's also a DACA recipient and a dreamer. And they never imagined that I would have 2 younger siblings. And as life went on and time went on, we would get used to this country. We would start school. We would grow up with the ideas that we lived in a land of opportunities and everybody had equality, and if you work hard, any dreams you wanted could be accomplished. So their main idea was always in their head, work enough, make enough money, go back home. But as I grew older, I always knew my legal status as well as my sister. I knew that I would probably finish high school and just have a regular job like they would have. Work in a restaurant, do any basic job, because in my head I never thought of pursuing a higher education. I've never thought about college. Nobody had ever talked to me about pursuing an education, of what it meant to go to a 4-year college, what was the difference between a 4-year college and going to community college. I never ever in a million years would have thought I was gonna say yes. I graduated from CSU East Bay, so that's a big accomplishment. And I thank that very much to a high school teacher who, since freshman year, started to ask questions, and she saw my grades, and she was always pushing me to do more, to take that geometry class, take that physics class, take that trigonometry class, and keep going. And one day I just told her in my junior year, and she said, well, where are you planning to go to school? And I said, you know what, I'm not. I am going to probably end up doing cosmetology or some small course, and then that's it. She started to ask questions, and I didn't know how to tell her, you know what, I am undocumented. My legal status is not the way it should be, because you, at some point, you're always trying to hide that. You're always worried about people finding out. Yes, there's a lot of people who support you, but as well, that person next to you could be somebody who wants to deport you. So how do you go about telling people? How do you go about trying to live a normal life hiding your true life, right? Having 2 identities. When I told her, I finally told her, you know, this is what's going on. This is why I don't want to go to college. And that's where she started to move and say, you know what, well, let's see what we can do. She started to do resource for me for scholarships, schools that would allow me to apply and go to school. So thanks to her, I'm a graduate. And thanks to Obama and his administration and him and everybody who fought for DACA, Deferred Action for Childhood Arrival, I am a DACA recipient, which means that I now have the opportunity to work for the Sunnyvale School District at an elementary, being an outreach assistant, meaning that I help parents who are Spanish speaking, who don't understand the elementary system or the school system at all, that all they really want is for their kids to have a better life, to not be stuck where they are, because that's every parent's dream, right? To have your child have that life you didn't have, to have a better life than you did. And I do know some families who are in the same boat I was when I was in elementary. So it's good to know that they have that person to trust. They know that I know their legal status, but yet I encourage them to be active in school. I make them be my volunteers. They know that I speak the language. So I am thankful for Obama, for DACA, but at the same time, I know that it was a big risk. A lot of my friends, when Obama came out and said, you know what, I'm going to do this work permit for young youth, a lot of people did say, you know what, why apply? You don't know what's going to happen when he's not in office. You're risking so much. You can get deported. They can come to your house. They can... And I understand, and I still understand that I still have a lot of mixed emotions, because I am now in a limbo where I don't know where I'm going to be next year. Will I still have a job? Am I not going to have a job? Am I still going to be in this country? Am I not going to be in this country? There's so many I don't know, that it is scary, but at the same time, I'm thankful that I did have this opportunity, and I still do until whatever happens with our new elected president. And one of the things I always have behind me or in my mind is that, as I mentioned, my sister, my friends are also DACA recipients and dreamers. So I feel like I have to make those steps for them to follow. And if it wasn't for me who took the risk, I know a lot of them would have never ever even thought of applying to DACA, never had the opportunity to be in better jobs, to have the doors open to them, and to feel that, you know what, yes, we've struggled a lot, we've gone through a lot, but now at this moment we have been able to open the doors. We can go ahead and pursue what we want, our dreams. So whatever happens, I know that I will always be strong for them, and hopefully they will come out and join me January 20th, so we can show our new elected president that we are hard workers. We do a lot for this country. We do belong here. No, we're not illegal. We're just undocumented. Thank you.